So this is the power of expanding your comfort zone. Okay, each of these deals netted him $150. His profit on it was about 100 minus the $50 he paid to the maid, and 100% of his closes became recurring revenue. Turns out the cleaning business is fantastic for client retention because most of the clients hadn't had a cleaner before. You do a great job. They feel comfortable having your staff around. None of your stuff's getting stolen. And all of a sudden, you go from having to clean your toilets on a Sunday to having that done for you. And you're like, whatever, I'll spend the extra $300 a month to get this done twice a month to never have to do that. So it gets people hooked and it becomes a need and they have no reason to leave. So the average client would stay 5 years. Okay. So my man was pitching people, he'd be able to pitch 1 for 10 to 1 to 25 people an hour, get a $150 deal, and have that deal become either weekly or bi-weekly for at least the next 5 years. Excellent business, by the way. Not sexy, not what a lot of people want to do, but that's the key, all right? Being willing to do what other people are unwilling to do, okay? So if you think you're doing everything right in your business, but you're still struggling, it's because you're not willing to expand your comfort zone and go out and get money. And if you think you're giving 100%, it's like the Navy SEALs say, if you think you're giving 100%, you're giving about 40%, all right? 100% is about 600 to 700 cold calls a day. I'm not telling you to do that, okay? But I'm saying you gotta, if you're B2B and your deal is making cold calls, 50 calls a day minimum if that's your full-time job. And that's not close to 100%, okay? My metric when I was working in sales was 100 calls a day. But that was with maintaining current clients, going to client meetings, doing a couple hours of leads a day, as well as updating the CRM and keeping that really organized. So you can bang out 100 cold calls, and good ones, in maybe 2.5 hours. All right, that's it. The rest of the day you can do CRM stuff and leads, and focusing on the day-to-day aspects of your business. So if you're still struggling, it's because you're not willing to expand your comfort zone. If you have a B2C business where nearly everyone is a potential client, like for example, a cleaning business, B2C means business to consumer, you have 14 hours a day to pitch people on the street and in the phone book, okay? If you have a B2B business, you have 10 hours, 5 days a week to be pitching, okay? Because decision makers are in the office from at least 8 a.m. till 6 p.m., if not later. And a lot of the time, your best pitches are going to be from 8 till 9 and from 5 p.m. till 6 p.m., where the secretary is not in there because she's going to go home on the dot of 5 o'clock, blocking you from getting hold of the decision maker. And the rest of your time, you can be doing leads, okay? If you're real scared, this is stuff you can level up to, right? But you at least got to be going out there and doing something every day. If you're B2B, if you're B2C, if you're B2B, you got to at least be doing something 5 days a week, and at least know how much effort you're getting, so you're not lying to yourself. That's the big thing. Okay, you are not tapped out at 40 calls a day. You are not tapped, or telling yourself some kind of BS like, oh, sales isn't for me, I can't go out and pitch people. That's not my style. It's no one's style. No one wants to do it. No one wants to get in sales, okay? But it's what you do if you want to be able to succeed in building a business. And this is because chances are you don't have the money to pay for the online advertising. If you have 10 grand a month surplus cash coming off your business to pay for online advertising, great. You may never have to make a cold call. I envy you, all right? This is, but it doesn't usually get easy until you get tough, okay? Once you've got tough, once you've put 3 years in, once you've built up this business with your bare hands, only then can you hire people to sell for you and spend your surplus profit on marketing. But you have to go through discomfort to get there. I haven't made a cold call in maybe 4 years because I don't have to. I built an inbound marketing machine, okay, where people pay me because of all the value I added and reaching over 10 million people. I did that on purpose. I did that to get off the phones. I did that so I didn't have to go out and hustle and cold call every day. But I paid my dues to be able to do that. And I saved all my money and I came to Thailand, reinvested in the business. Maybe in the future, I'll get guys pitching my coaching for me. But those days are over for me. Okay, I've got a marketing business too. I've got my guys cold calling on there. They're paying their dues. They're building up our business. Eventually, that business will probably be able to run solely on online marketing or on guys that we hire to do 50 cold calls a day for us. Okay, my life is much, much, much easier than it was 10 years from now. Ironic thing is I needed it to be easier 10 years ago, because I wasn't nearly as tough as I am now. Okay, so it's like the universe gives you a lot of stuff once you're already tough. Once you've saved money, once things are already going well, it gives more to you. But when you're really struggling, you have to put in more effort to get out of that homeostasis and get that snowball building up, so that eventually, you're pushing it up a mountain, you're going, across the top of the mountain on neutral territory, and then you're pushing it downhill. And all you have to do is just run behind it and make sure it doesn't fall off the track. That's the power of momentum, but you have to get tough and you have to push through discomfort to get there. So this is why Dan Pena will tell you that the number one characteristic of a successful entrepreneur is the ability to endure pain for long periods of time. And I would 1000% agree on that. But don't let it get you down, okay? At the end of the day, you're just talking to people. Remember, there's guys growing up in war zones right now. There's guys fighting in Afghanistan for $50,000 a year trying to not to get their head blown off. There's guys working, 1 billion people 12 hours a day in some factory for pennies, being treated like garbage, or living with terrible diseases. Okay, you can handle talking to people and offering value. You will get comfortable with it. Okay, you just have to go out and do it. So in summary, if you want to win in business, get out there, get uncomfortable, feel the fear, but do it anyway, and go get comfortable being uncomfortable. Your reward will be success, and the most important skill in business, the ability to sell.